Hello, everyone. I am Candice Tubera, COO of Upward. And if this is your first experience or first time tuning into an Upward video, let me just tell you a little bit about us. We are a global network with the mission to accelerate the advancement of executive women through the implementation of member and corporate programming to support diversity and inclusion in the workplace. We provide an environment where women have the opportunity to build relationships and to receive sponsorship, resources, and everything necessary to support their highest level attainable in their career. We have over 6,000 members globally and 16 chapters. We build community and develop corporate diversity inclusion programs to challenge the status quo for women's advancement to executive leadership. Our members are directors, VPs, C-suites, the professional executive women, and the entrepreneurs representing global brands around the world. It's a supportive place to build trusted relationships, share ideas, learn new skills, and grow in your career in order to navigate today's challenging business world. And we are so excited to welcome and to introduce you to our weekly member spotlight, Janelle Kennedy. Janelle is the CEO and founder of Jayde Consulting. She's in business development. She's a chapter president of another local women's organization. She's a business owner, and she is the local connector. Janelle, welcome. And we are so happy to spotlight you and feature you as one of our members today. I'd love for you just to introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you, Candice, for having me as a spotlight today. I'm super excited. I'm Janelle Kennedy, and I am, as you said, I'm the CEO and founder of Jayde Consulting. And basically what we do is we help other biz devers create raving fans. That's what, at the end of the day, that's what we want. And our clients, that's what, it's a process to get that. And I have all of the systems in place that I have myself done over the past 25 years. So I'm here to share and give insight and give just a better, more strategic way to obtain your goals a lot quicker. That's what we do at Jayde Consulting.
I love that. And I am a raving fan of Janelle Kennedy. She has been just a great person to get to know in the community, has been such a great supporter of Upward, but more than that, she's a great supporter of both men and women. And she's grown up in Las Vegas, has been here for a while. And like I said, she is the local connector. So I know you are new to Upward, but what are you looking forward to gaining as an Upward member?
I'm going to say I really kind of started my deeper networking and connecting the past couple of years. And I think what I did is I set myself up with and surrounded myself by people, peers, and then really kind of identifying what the need was, right? We think we're alone a lot of times in our journey. And I found that there were a lot of people that we were all kind of having the same, maybe doubt, maybe it was like I needed a second opinion, like, here's my thought and this is what I'm thinking. And sometimes you need that reinforcement by the people around you that are probably more not family, but, kind of in the same circles and trying to have that success. And I found in two different ways. I mean, when you said I'm both with men and women, it is so true. My networking, my referral partners are both. And I appreciate them so much because they've elevated me, number one, and they have also helped exceed quicker in my business. It's amazing. And with the women, I run a women's organization myself, and the need for that, I felt like I was the platform for these women to feel that they could come in and share their experience, maybe share their vulnerability in a different way and have that support. And it was really the support system. And so with Upward, I feel this is even bigger, and it is bringing in, I don't want to say talent, but we're all talented in what we do, right? We're all in our lane and we're great at what we do. And I think bringing that talent in to Upward and then being able to release that out for the need of the group That's huge. That is what is needed. And that's what helps us all grow in our business. And every one of us has some sort of, whether you're on the director side or if you're on the CEO side, we all have these goals. We all have these plans of, projecting whatever it is we're doing. And I think when we have the support around us, I think with Upward, it's just elevating that and giving us that platform.
Spoken like a true people connector, because what you said was not just about like if I'm a part of any network or organization, and if you come in thinking like, what's in it for me, instead of how can I be a community contributor, it just makes a difference when there's both a give and take. It helps everybody who's involved out. Do you have any testimonies you can share where having a network or a community and all the resources, opportunities, potential for collaboration that comes with having that network, how has it helped you advance in your career?
It's helped me in the sense that people know me. Number one, they feel vested in what I'm doing. They know I'm vested in what they're doing. As you said, I'm giving first before I'm asking. Don't get me wrong. I'm in sales and I ask for business all the time because I have to, right? But I'm very strategic in when I do that. So by being in these different groups, I feel like the trust has been, we always hear that, right? So you like, know, and trust. Well, how are you going to build the trust? Well, you really got to show that you're there to support everybody around you. And then with that, I'm able to go ahead and say, okay, when I need something, I can now pull from that group and say, this is the support that I currently need. Here's my goal. I need something from you. Who do you know? So I can't live without a group. I mean, it's just part of my whole weekly connection, to be honest with you. I mean, I stay in contact. I mean, I'm probably the follow-up queen, and that's what people around me say. So I keep on with that, and I just make sure that I'm asking. And I think sometimes we fail to ask that we need something. So
I love that. Fail to ask. And sometimes as women, we shy away from those asks. And it really, what is your tip on that of posing an ask, of getting away from our fear, or being able to open up and being okay for asking for help and support?
I think for me, being very transparent. I encourage those around me to do the same thing. So if we're in a group, and a lot of times, in these networking groups, it's, what's your ask? But for me, I dig deeper and I want to know, what does your goal look like, right? I mean, if I send you one client, is that impactful for your business, or is it 3 clients that you need? And I don't know what that means. So I'm always like, paint me a picture to what that is in your world. Some people don't need to have their business, skyrocket immediately. They're in growing pains, whatever their situation is. So for me, I let people know what number I need. Like, for instance, I had a meeting this morning and I let that person know, he's a referral partner of mine. And I said, look, I'm trying to get my 4th quarter up and going. So hit January 2022, I have a pipeline. So right now I'm asking and I'm looking for these leads. And he's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. He wouldn't know that if I didn't tell him that. Right? If I didn't ask him that, now he feels, now his brain's working, who can I introduce her to? So that's where the ask comes in, is really letting people know what that looks like. And hey, can you send me 5 clients? Can you find one? Or can you connect me with somebody who knows them? Right? That's the question, and that's the way to ask it. And then immediately you get the response. And then they want to help you.
Yeah. And that's the thing you just said it perfectly, is they want to help you. People actually want to help you. But unless you're clear of what you need and you want, you can't expect somebody to help you if you don't have any clarity about that. So I love that you would be specific, be transparent, and go for the ask.
Yep.
But also build those relationships and those strategic relationships as well, right?
Yep.
Well, Janelle, you are also not just a member, you are a Las Vegas chapter leader as well.
Yes.
And we are actually launching our 17th Upward chapter in Las Vegas, Nevada. Every year, we normally launch 3 to 5 new chapters. This is our first one since the C word, and since we've had been able to do the in-person events. So we are excited. There is a buzz around our organization because this is our first launch in 2 years.
Yeah, we're excited.
We are excited. So why is it so important, in your opinion, to bring Upward and our mission and our community to Las Vegas?
I think people are looking for this, to be honest. And you tend to know these things when you're out talking with people, right? And you're always saying, you're getting an idea of maybe what they've been through, what they're hungry for, what are they lacking, what are they maybe, and I think this has been just a very common thread, is some of them are very stale in the groups that they've been in, right? They know these people. Now it's like, well, I want more. I need something a little bit more than this. So I think with Upward, we're excited that we're bringing maybe collectively, and I think what we're noticing, and you can vouch for me on this one too, is we're noticing some of these women from all these different groups are the ones that are interested in Upward, because the message has been there, but now we're bringing everyone together almost in one setting instead of such segregated groups, if you will. So I think the mission for Upward is we're really trying to get all of these women together in one room, because we have gone through all of these steps already and really identifying, and I think we're stronger now, right? We've had all of these different all these years to build on that, and now we have so much more to offer. So with Upward, we're able to offer this to the group, and each of our expertise is that value, because now we can educate on that, we can direct on that, we can relate to that. So this is just kind of bringing everybody together and saying, okay, let's be that band of women that now goes out and makes it even better, and let's elevate everyone else around us.
Absolutely. We did a meet and greet recently for another city that we're planning to launch in. And we were talking about, we hope that in 20 years, that our daughters or the next generation, they're not having the same conversations of the challenges that we face in corporate or even as business owners that we as women have to face and navigate through. And so we're hoping that this is the generation of Upward leaders that are the trailblazers, that are creating the paths that just make it so much easier for the women and the future leaders to come. So I'm excited that we are bringing Upward to the Las Vegas community, and you are among an amazing group of chapter leaders that are going to do amazing work in Las Vegas. What are 2 to 3 things you can share as advice or tips for the woman that's looking to advance their career?
I think that to get involved, right? I think that involvement is key, because I think that we tend to, I would say men and women, I don't want to really say which one, but I think we all kind of do the same, is we feel we will figure it out. We have that passion. We're going to figure out what we're going to do with our business, and we've got this plan, but we only know what we know, right? And sometimes these experiences around us, I really say kind of make it a quicker launch to our businesses sometimes. So I say be open, make sure that you take in as much as you can and ask how these women are doing in their business, what are the challenges, and then sharing what you've gone through to make sure that, unless something is said, we don't think about it, right? So unless there's a topic being talked about, I don't know to ask you that. But if you raise it, then I'm going to go, oh my gosh, I had that same issue. Didn't even think about mentioning that, but I need help on, well, how'd you handle it, right? As women, we tend to kind of share that stuff anyway, you know? And so I think it is definitely be open, have a support group around you so that you don't feel like you're on this island by yourself. And as much as reading books and reading some of these things, sometimes it's the real experience that we're all learning from. So don't be afraid of it, welcome it, and make sure you plant yourself around these types of people. That's my advice.
I love that answer. And I love that you had touched on the isolation and feeling lonely as a business owner, as a woman that is climbing the corporate ranks. It can be very isolating, lonely as you get higher and higher up. And that is the importance. This is why I'm so excited to bring Upward here to Las Vegas. And we are the solution to combat that corporate loneliness and that professional loneliness that women feel when they're climbing up to be in these leadership roles. The last thing I want to ask you, go for it.
I just had one more thing. It just kind of, you made me think of something is, it's not competition, right? Sometimes in that corporate world, it is about you outdoing someone else, beating them to that position. And it's not about that at the end of the day. This is about all of us there's enough for all of us to be able to do these things. And it's not competition. This should be a support. And I know I keep using that, but it's huge. When you have that, I want you to succeed. I'm not competing against you. And I think that's how we were, I want to say we were raised, but that's kind of how we were in whether it was our demographic or whether it was in the jobs that we had, right? We were striving to do our best to get to that position. That's in the corporate world. We need to get out of that mindset. And we need to say, this is not a competition. And this is really all of us holding hands and saying, okay, let's get it done together.
Absolutely. That is actually that collaboration over competition is actually one of our 3 pillars at Upward of, our meetup, the networking, creating community, the build up, providing all the resources and programming necessary for women to use to achieve their highest level attainable in their career, and the move up. It's not abolishing the competition spirit, knowing that we can collaborate together, we can leverage our number and strength of our community, and there's enough room for all of us to succeed at the top. And if we are moving up and not extending our hand to bring somebody else with us, we are really not doing what we need to do as leaders. And we need to constantly extend our arms and bring other women with us. It's so, so important. So I love that you say that as well. The last thing, I just want you to share a little bit more of what you do or how people can connect with you. This is all about you and allowing our community to be able to know who Janelle Kennedy is and how we can use your services.
So a couple things. Number one, again, I think that what's on the forefront is me. I love people. I'm a people person, and I really want to know how I can help people. Sales and marketing is in my blood. I've been, since the time I was a child, I was a marketing person, turned into a sales position over the years. Business development is just what I love. I love that business to business contact. I feel it's a high for me. I have done a lot of sales trainings. I've done a lot of different things, and I pick what works for me. And there's obviously different things for everyone, but I really love being able to share that with everyone. So that's why I started Jayde Consulting, because I really wanted to help other people in business development. A lot of training goes towards the owner of the company. I want to go for the salespeople in the company. That's where I think there's a missing link. And because I'm in the trenches doing it myself on a daily basis, I can share with you exactly what I'm doing. I understand the KPIs. I understand what we need as far as numbers. I understand how to get it. I understand the activity. So for me, if I can share that and get you to that level, then there won't be turnover with certain companies, because there is a lot in sales, right? We get burned out. How do we keep that going? So yes, I'm a very positive person. My personality doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody's an extrovert like me, and I get that, but I can also work with introverts as well. I have certain things that, on that level, here's, 3 tips that they can use, for them when they're out and they're forcing themselves to be in front of. How can they be effective? I have those tools to help them be effective. And it's really for anybody, because at the end of the day, I want everybody to meet their goal. That's why we're here. But I want you to enjoy it along the way, and I want you to meet the right people. So Jayde Consulting, and you can reach me at Janelle at jadeconsulting.net. And that's me.
And Jayde is spelled Jayde. Yes.
Jade is one of my favorite colors. In fact, I'm wearing green today. And it's funny because when you're looking for names, you try to have some relatability, and it is balance and harmony. And if anybody knows me, that is Janelle to a T. I'm a Libra, which is also balance and harmony, and so that name just fit. It makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like I'm able to pass that along. So.
Well, Janelle, you made me feel good. This was definitely the highlight of my day. I cannot wait to be able to introduce you to our community and bring your balance, harmony, your skill sets, your business services to our community. And thank you so much for being a leader for our Las Vegas chapter. Again, we are launching Las Vegas November 9th, 2021. It's a Tuesday. For all of the information, you can look us up on our website, www.upwardwomen.org. And we hope to see you in person at our Las Vegas launch, our 17th chapter. Make sure you connect with Janelle, and Janelle is JANELLE at jadeconsulting.com. We'll have all of that linked as well. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for supporting Upward. Janelle, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being such a great member.
Thank you.